Hello guys and welcome back to the 404 Not Found technical server. Today we are going to begin by working on the storage for the concrete factory. So last episode we built this up at the very end and it works perfectly. Now we need to actually look at the storage for it because we have all these slices here, but as you can see here there's just all the blocks just essentially get shot into the void at the moment, as we haven't got any of the actual item sorters in, but there's no filters in. I am going to go ahead and quickly design something up. Okay, so I've come here to a creative test world with a copy of the factory as well as the storage, and I'm going to now design up basically the bulk storage system for all the concrete items, as well as the red sand and glass that we'll eventually have as well. Okay, so I have come up with a storage slice. All I've done is essentially got the impulse SV item sorter, the single hopper speed item sorter, which we have over there in the actual slices over there. And here it will then go into this system here, which was designed by Vectech. It is a accessible shulker box loader, single hopper speed one as well, so it matches up with that. So you've got to make sure it matches up, all the speeds match up. Despite the fact that it is accessible, we're not going to be able to get in there and check it out. But the only reason I've gone with this is because it is slice preserving, which means that no shulker box will end up in another slice. It will always end up in this singular slice, and it's 100% reliable. This sticky piston here will shoot the composter out zero ticks. It will be zero ticks, which will then allow the sugar box, when it becomes item, to be trapped inside the composter. There is essentially a hollow gap. So if I was to stand inside the composter, I can. It's the same with an item. If I drop an item there, it's like that. So the shock box will end up be looking like that. And then when it's retracted back, the item stays inside the composter, which is then able to be picked up by the hopper, and that will then put it into this slice here. Each of these slices will be storing shock boxes of 27 stacks of items, which means that you have just over 500,000 per slice. And if we have 6 slices, that's going to be just over 3 million for one particular item. Here I've got a glass here to sort of indicate where you can place a block to tell you which item you want. So if say we're storing white concrete, then this would indicate that we have white concrete. And here I have now stacked it to 6 slices. So if I was to do white concrete, then you have this like that. So white concrete powder, you'd see it's clearly indicated on the floor. We'll have plenty of concrete, and I think 3 million here will be fine. And if we were to have one concrete, say we had like one concrete type being duped in the duper, so that's exactly 108k per hour of that one type, then it will take just over a day if we run it for about 27 hours, so nearly 28 hours. So, according to my calculations, so we ran it for 28 hours, we'd fully fill up the system. I'm now thinking that I might have a lamp indicator to indicate when these slices become full, and it might be worth putting in a safety system as well, actually, to essentially lock the slices here. So, basically lock this hopper here when it's full. So, I'm going to look into doing that. Okay, so this is what I've come up with. Very simple. So I've just lowered it all down by 1. So that then allows me to have a block here and a block here. So I'll just put transparent blocks so I can still open this chest. So I'm taking a comparator output from this hopper here, and it won't send out an output if one item goes through this hopper and then gets pushed into this hopper right here, because this hopper is trying to pull from this hopper whilst this hopper is also trying to push down. So it's too quick for the comparator to register that the item's there. So this will not activate until this hopper's full, and we have one sugar box in this one. What that's going to do is that it's going to power this block, which is going to power this activate rail, and if you want to tile it, you're going to have powered rail and then activate rails every other block. So that's what we do. Then this observer will see that this is powered. It will then power this activate rail, which then this observer sees, and it will then shoot out, cause the piston to shoot out the redstone block, and it will then lock this hopper, and then we'll have items build up into this barrel here, which is essentially now going to act as a buffer. And we'll just have this fill up, then eventually that will fill up, and then that will fill up, and then then you're done. You could argue that this is technically wasted storage, but all of these hoppers are going to be locked except for the top one. And then of course, because the repeater here is powering this block, it will then turn on the lamp, so we know that slice is full. And then as soon as you start taking items out, then that will then start the whole process again. So as soon as you take one out, you're going to end up having one put back in. I've then gone and designed up the actual decoration as well. We have a back wall for the chest, because then that way, if you're looking at the chest here, you don't actually see the void, so you don't see that. So it just looks a bit better in my opinion. And then here, like I said, you're going to have the item that you have. So if it's white concrete, there'll be white concrete powder here. And then under here we've just got the sea lanterns, sort of standard storage decoration. I've made this tileable by alternating between powered rails and activated rails. I'm also going to definitely be using white shulker boxes. So cool, right, so I'm going to take this and I'm then going to put it into this, fill up the item filters. At the moment the item filters have just got the actual item filter, like the actual filters themselves. I'd actually rename these sticks to something else rather than just sticks. Just in case we accidentally throw sticks into the system, we don't actually break it. Okay, we have a big problem. This doesn't work. So I've made the full storage system and it doesn't work. I tested it for one type of concrete powder, which was white, and that's over here. And essentially, these filters, a single hopper speed cannot handle it, like at all. It will not work in the slightest. So I'm just end up getting so full there and it skips over, and yeah, it's not good. Gonna have to reconsider the entire slice. So basically back to the drawing board with this. Okay, so quick update on the storage system design. Been playing around with some ideas, and basically nearly all the ideas that involve faster item filters essentially requires removing these item filters in their entirety. I've sent my suggestions to Hyper. I've suggested that we can actually get this to work for up to 2 types of concrete. When we have only 2 types of concrete powder in the duper, it will work, and the same for the concrete factory itself in the concrete mode. We can dupe 2 types of concrete at once and have all of these filters filling up at pretty much the same rate. All of these shulker boxes are getting filled up pretty much in the same amount of time, so that means we will probably only need to be ran for about 2 to 3 days before item storage has been full. So I'll just quickly go through into here. So I don't think I've actually shown this yet, but this is the storage, like sort of bulk storage haul I came up with. Essentially, all of this storage here would get full in about 3 days, and same likewise on that side. And then we could just move down to the next colours if you wanted to, and keep going. So it depends on what we want. So at the moment, the main focus has been trying to get infrastructure in place to farm the resources for the main storage. Concrete itself, which we need to build it, we need a lot more. If we are just going to use 2 types of concrete for it, then this will be fine. We can use 4 types. 4 types will be fine. It'll just take us twice as long, so it'll take us about 4 days to fill up the storage for that. But yeah, for now, those are the options we have available with this configuration. That's currently the situation. I'm going to go into a different creative test world in a bit to try out some new ideas. But I think for now, I'm going to just quickly go and show you some other things that we have in the works. Right, so the first thing I want to show is that we have indeed fixed the iron farm, and all the iron golems coming in here, they'll float into the centre and get killed. There's 2 options here actually. We've just got just get the item drops from them by killing them the sort of traditional way, just killing them with lava. We also have a looting option so that we can kill them using a looting free sword, which is I believe on this side here. So Hyper put this in place. He came with it just after we fixed the farm. But yeah, me, Hyper, and Random went ahead and put in the villagers again and the zombie. We spent about probably half an hour to an hour doing that. And oh yeah, here's the way to get out. And I think it looks like they moved the nether portal as well. Now the chunk loader itself may or may not be on, so I'm just going to have to fly up and check. Yep, it's on. Cool. Right, so that means this farm's currently running. Let's check how much iron we now have. We've got quite a few shulker boxes now, so we had a shortage of iron, which is why we went ahead and actually fix this. But yeah, we've got a simple hopper speed shulker box loader here. We do plan on building a faster iron farm in the future, but like I say, got other projects that are more important, such as main storage, so we're going to be trying to focus on getting all the infrastructure in place for that. But yeah, we needed the iron, and that's again one of the things we needed for the main storage. We had no iron left, as well as the storage. Any storage system I was going to come up with for the concrete factory need lots of iron because all the hoppers need to craft for it. I think this does about 5,000 iron an hour, so it's not too bad. The next thing I want to show off is the mob switch, so the progress on the mob switch. I have been adding mobs continuously to the mob switch along with random, and I believe we now have, I think, enough for at least 4 to 5 players. I think we want to have about 5 player mob caps so that we can have at least 3 to 4 bots and 1 player in one dimension at one time if you want to run multiple things. Okay, that's nearly 6 players. Be fine for now. So it's currently on, and I'll just quickly go there, and it's probably going to get quite we're getting a bit of a lag spike now because I'm loading in it fully and I'm having no frames whatsoever. But yeah, you can see that I think 2 sides are completely full. Go all the way around at the slowest pace possible. Okay, yeah, so they haven't been fully full. That floor's not full yet. I might add more later, but I think for now we can say that this is fine. We can leave this alone. One thing I do want to talk about as well is this border here. This border has been placed in automatically. Random has started this process. It's going to wrap all the way around. So it's basically like a border perimeter sort of thing. And here it looks like it's just ended here. I would like to get a recording of it in action, and Random does too. So I think he's going to stop it short before it finishes if I'm not able to record it when he's on later. But otherwise, yeah, I hope to get a recording of this, and that should be really good. Some of the things have changed here. The temporary main storage in the threading hole. We've now got some banners up, which is quite nice. We just had a bit of an organisation here, so all the shulker boxes, we have a shulker box, empty shulker box chest now, so we've got white shulker boxes because they're the best types of shulker boxes, not the original colours like that. I don't know who organised it, but whoever did, thank you so much. The new super smelter, so the super smelter array was like removed, I think. Or has it been removed? Or was it just, oh no, there's two sides to it. So yeah, I think this is what Hyper came up with. And it's essentially a carpet duper powered super smelter. I think we're getting tons of charcoal for now. Yeah, we're getting some charcoal. That's charcoal's a good fuel source as well. Danger, feral cactus, very prickly. So yeah, this still gets you to the cactus farm. Now, what does it say up here? Nano farm and small contraption all expand in depth, built to sides. Right, okay, so basically we've added some extra things here. So we've now got a kelp farm here. So how much kelp do we have? A small amount. So yeah, it's just nano farms to get us a small amount of things we need. Turns out it was Hyper that brought over the striders, so we've got a strider farm now, I guess. Which, I mean, useful for string, but wouldn't be useful here because they just die and would like lose all the stuff. Someone's changed this a little bit, the decoration stuff for the melon and pumpkin farm. The carpet dupe is the same, and then we've got a tall flower farm. So if we do that, then we'll just get tons of those tall flowers, which is really, really nice. And here is so you just stand here and you get the twisting vines, I guess, and you can also do the same for crimson. I guess if you place them up there, it'll do the same. What is this? Ah, it's the nanocrop farm. Yes, I know this. Always leave some to restart production. Cool. What's this? Shulkers with crafting material. Okay, so yeah, so this is basically just a massive crafter. And then here we've got a mini sheep farm. I think, how many sheep are in there? Just 2. Cool. Yeah, so we get some white wool that way. That's good. We get some wool, and then we've got a simple basalt farm. Like that. Cool. Yeah, okay, so some of it does get picked up, and some of it gets picked up by yourself, so cool. Yeah, simple basalt farm. If we want to do a larger one, we'll just do one in the nether. Me and Hyper were talking about it the other day. We'll just do a ridiculously fast one in the nether with an efficient TNT blast chamber. So this is probably one of the best places on the server at the moment, where got the most life in it. But I mean, that is because it is our main area. The final thing to show off that we have done since the last video is the trenches here. So I actually got this done before the second episode. I went ahead and lowered the dupers by 1 and then let them run, and it removed all of the remaining layer on the top. It looks like someone's been here and just removed a load of the ores though, because I don't remember there being this many holes. Now we're down to the level that we wanted to be at, so y equals 5, and I believe when we do the world eater, we'll try and do the same. So you don't have to blow up all of the blocks underneath, because we're just going to probably put a perimeter floor here, which is really easy to do once you've got tons of concrete. For example, you can just chip the concrete and then bring it over in shulker boxes to place. Going to go quickly check if there's another trench being done or being made, but this is the 1028 blocks side, so we might be flying for quite a while. Okay, so it looks like some work has already been done. It looks like it's okay, so things have been moved down to the sides, and then that side's been removed, and that side started to be removed. So someone just manually taken them out? Thought we were going to run a trencher over. I will ask in the Discord. I might ask Hyper. No, I'll just ask Hyper later. So what's here then? I mean, actually, I've got all the materials for all the materials that were over there have been brought over just to build the trenches. So I don't know. Don't know why it's been mined out. I've been focused on the concrete factory stuff, so I have no idea what's going on here. Okay, so it turns out there is a trencher running. I'm going to quickly go over there and check it out. Right, so my FPS has just completely dropped, and I have no idea why. Let me just land. There we go. At the moment, it's just flying out the y equals 20 layer for a little bit, and then it just needs to be lowered down for the final layers with the lava. There's also some progress I need to show you that's been done in the end since the last episode as well. You may notice that it's a lot brighter. I've turned on camera override so that it's just easier for you guys to actually see the videos, especially when I'm in the nether and in dark areas. YouTube's compression makes it a lot worse, so I've turned on camera override so this is no longer a problem. Let's just go to the end. Okay, so already some of the end island has been removed, as you can see, using a TNT machine. And you can also see that a lot of these pillars have been removed. So, from the looks of it, there's only one more to remove. Mined these all down using some bots, as well as each of them was just mining a load of obsidian. The reason we're not going to mine the obsidian towers all the way down at the moment, I believe so. We might actually move it down if we need to, but I think the reason we're not going to do that is so that we can actually spawn the end dragon a few more times to get a load of dragon's breath. We're going to be respawning the end dragon anyway, so these pillars are going to return, so we don't want to go too much into doing it, which is also another reason we haven't removed all the bedrock up there. Something we want to do to give it an end island and basically have a cooler looking end, and also no enderman spawning if we don't decide to make an end mob switch, but I think we're going to do that as well. Okay guys, I hope you enjoy that time lapse. This is one of the most satisfying flying machines I've ever seen, and the entire system is really, really neat. So you've got two bots on either side, one for yellow, one for black. When this system is activated, then the bots here will be able to place the carpet. We have carpet tubers here, so it's just really easy to do. Then the flying machine goes off, and it goes over the diagonal, so it pushes the square in a diagonal so that you have this sort of pattern that we've seen before. And then and then over there it will stop and reverse. Random designed it, so just amazing stuff. Random, amazing. I think it's a good time to end the video now. I'm starting to run out of time, so I really hope you enjoyed the video. So yeah, we'll start working on the concrete factory storage in the next video. Hyper's informed me that the original goal was actually half 54k per hour. So half the amount of one duper. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, please give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I shall see you again real soon. Bye bye.